Can we do that? We're not in Hollywood here making a movie, right? Well, as they're doing that, let me, I appreciate the warm welcome. You wouldn't know how much I appreciate that. I'm going to tell my wife about it. I tell my 14-year-olds about it, but they don't care. Okay, I've been trying to figure out exactly what I should say. You know, I usually work with a teleprompter. Look, there's a couple things we're trying to do. First and foremost, in our state, we have to create opportunity. No, first and foremost, I have to thank Rick Hodges. I have to thank the brilliant Greg Moody. Greg Moody is running our whole healthcare transformation. This guy, he is the best in America. He is a fantastic guy, and he loves the people of this state. Shannon Jones is with us. She's been very, very interested in the whole issue of infant mortality. She's a terrific leader. Where's Representative Taveras? Is she, or Senator Taveras? Is she here? Where is she? Stand up. She's not here. Okay, she's boycotting.
No,
just kidding. She was here. Okay, Terry Johnson is here. He comes from a very beleaguered part of the state. He's a doctor, and he's done everything he can to fight the problem of prescription drugs, poverty, and everything else. Dr. DiOrio is here. She is the health doctor over there at the Department of Health under Rick Hodges. And then Dr. Mary Applegate, she's a broker, whatever she did, and she can't get up on the stage, but she is the expert in infant mortality. I'm going to try to get to that. But let me just say to you right off the bat, we have to be an opportunity state. We have to be a state where people can get work. And once they get work, okay, let me just go through all this. You clap, it all feel good, but let me just tell you, because this is just sort of a stream of consciousness. We have to get them work, and then we have to be in a position to be able to upgrade their skills to get better work, okay? I mean, this is a long-term plan, but if people don't think that they can get work, then it becomes really difficult. Let me tell you one other thing, I think, because we're Hanukkah, Christmas. And you don't have to agree with me on this. But I think, you know, Abraham Lincoln is the guy that created Thanksgiving. If you read the founders in our country, George Washington, even Thomas Jefferson, even though he was a deist, all the founders, they believed in the active working of a higher power. We know that in our state, the fastest growing group of addicted people in this state are young women between the ages of 18 and 25. That's kind of breathtaking, isn't it? Here's the thing. If people do not realize that they were born for a mission, that they were born special, that the Lord Almighty created them for a purpose, then you know what happens as you get down and out? You think of yourself as a cog in a machine. I don't matter, I don't care, nobody cares about me, all is lost, my life is worthless. I'm a believer that the way you understand your mission is to understand that there is a higher power that has a purpose for your life, okay? Because when this drug problem, it just is so hard. But when people know they have a mission, what I tell young people is, you are made special. If you become a drug addict, you've now put chains on your hands and your feet, or you've put a 1,000-pound pack on your back, and you can't carry out your mission. Don't do it. So it will give you a sense of discipline, and that is so important. So first of all, create the job. Secondly, give everyone, and you are community people, give everyone that you deal with a sense that they are special. See, we've got this program now in Ohio. We just unleashed the rules and people are submitting applications. We put 10 million, you know, we wanted to try it, and it's going to increase, you know, it's going to increase. But we want faith-based and business folks to be in the schools mentoring our kids, telling them that they're special, giving them direction, getting them. Now this This is called community connectors. When you go back to your community, make sure you have your folks that they are able to go and research community connectors. Because what it does is when faith-based and business can adopt the school and adopt the guardians, the parents, the grand, whoever it is, we can give direction, hope, and maybe some resilience. Now in Cincinnati, in the Cincinnati public schools, they have a graduation rate of 65%. Western and Southern and GE and a couple other companies down there go into this one high school. They may go into more, but the one I visited, they go into this high school, they spend 1 hour a week for a year with the students, and in that school, they have a 97% graduation rate. See, it works. And everybody in here has a mentor. And I don't mean just your mom and dad. I used to have these 2 barbers, and I would go, I grew up in this tiny little town, the Keys Rocks. I mean, crap, it's just it's poor, it just is not a place of great opportunity. I go past their barbershop, and they run out and see me and say, hey, Johnny, you're going to be something someday. So we need to do that. Look, we got to get at the root cause of these problems that we're trying to deal with. Let's get to this whole business of infant